Samurai Asa Hisuian Typhlosion. Hello everyone, it's Dilwhip here. Welcome to my first figure review. Today I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing these trio starters from the Hisui region, the final evolutions to be exact, from Monster Collection Takara Tomy. So this is actually going to be the first Moncolle from the Sword and Shield series that I'll ever unbox. And I have to say I like this new red, black and yellow color palette. It looks so much better than the previous blue one from the Sun and Moon series, in my opinion. Although I do have one complaint. Previously in the Sun and Moon series there used to be a hole in the back, so if I want to buy this guy in an actual store, I could inspect the figure more thoroughly, and if I spot any defect I can just pick another one. But now I kinda have to gamble, since I can't see this part that is not visually accessible from the front. So yeah, that part sucks, I guess. So anyway, let's get to the unboxing. Okay, the first one we're going to pull out is Hisuian Decidueye. Ooh. Okay, so personally this is one of my least favorite starters actually. I'm sorry, Hisuian Decidueye fans. I really like the Alolan version. Well, in fact it's one of my favorites, but I'm personally not a big fan of this Hisuian one. But I'm not here to rant about that. Objectively speaking, this figure looks fantastic. I don't see any mispaint. Yeah, I think they did a really great job on this one. Even the face. The face looks very well painted. Usually I'm very sensitive about the face, but in this case I don't really see, even if it has defects, it would be covered by this giant hat, which is its prominent feature. Is it a hat or a hair? And then there's a print. 1, 2... No, it is actually I22. No idea what that means. But what's worth mentioning about this is that the feet are flat. So it's not very design accurate. Although I don't find that as a problem, to be honest, because, well, it can stand. Maybe it wouldn't be able to stand if it weren't this flat. I don't know. Not important. Okay, there's the marking. Pokemon Tomy. Oh, I just noticed something. Not sure if the camera can catch it. I think it can. So there's a defect on its right foot. It looks like a paint transfer, but I don't think that would be a problem. It's going on the back. I wouldn't be able to see it once I put it on my display anyway. Alright, now let's measure this guy. So he's about 4.8 centimeters. Well, if you want to scale him, Decidueye is measured from feet to head, so it's 3.95 centimeters. So the scale of this figure is approximately 1/40th, which makes it in scale with the Zucon line. And here I have its pre-evolution from the Sun and Moon series. We have Rowlet, Dartrix from Moncolle 2, and this is the cooler Decidueye. I mean the Alola version of Decidueye, which is from Style Figure, also from Takara Tomy. So yeah, they don't scale well together. Hisuian Decidueye is significantly shorter than the default Decidueye. By the way, it just occurred to me that there's a picture of the Hisuian Decidueye figure on the packaging, which I think is kind of pointless. I mean, it's a picture of a product that is placed behind the actual product, which we can already see from the outside. I mean, if it were a closed box, then this would be a good preview of what we are going to buy, but since they were packaged in a transparent blister, then this is kind of just a waste of ink, isn't it? Yeah, anyway, moving on. Alright, next up we've got the Hisuian Typhlosion. Wow, it looks amazing. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Okay, let me put this away. Okay, so apparently, and unfortunately, there are some mispaint or paint transfer around its eyes. But if I look at from a reasonable distance, it's not very noticeable. And maybe for those of you who are still hunting for this figure, you might want to watch out for this part when you're selecting if you buy it in a physical store, because I usually see defects on this hair part, like the transition from the purple to the cream part, and also the hair. But I got the tidy one, so yay! I really like this color of the flame. It's not your typical red and yellow fire on your fire starters. It's actually purple, so more like Chandler, I guess. The Chandler line, it's got purple color because, well, they're both ghost type. And the painting on this part is also very neat. And where's the marking? Oh, there's the marking. Pokemon Tomy. And there's also the I22 print on its butt, so it's like a butt tattoo. Alright, if we measure this guy, let's measure it first from the feet to the flames, 4.8. But if we only measure it from the feet to its head, it's 4.1. So the scale of this figure is 1/39th, which is slightly bigger than the Zucon scale. Now for comparison, I have this Cyndaquil, also from Moncolle. I don't have the Hisuian Typhlosion from Moncolle, but I have this other Typhlosion from the Vignette Field, which is a lot bigger. Maybe my only complaint about this figure is the flame. I mean, at first glance it might look fine, but when you compare it to the official artwork, or maybe the game sprites, then you might notice that the shape of the flame is not very accurate. It's not wavy enough. And this is the most important part. The direction of the flame is like going more in that direction, when it should be going more upwards, because that's how fire works. And also the tips is too dull, I guess, making it look more like tentacles, honestly. Or do you know Effie Trinket from the Hunger Games series? Well, this is what it reminds me of. But other than that, the sculpting of the rest of the figure looks absolutely amazing. Alright, last but not least, we have the Hisuian Samurott. Okay, now we've got, we've got the Samurai Otter. Ooh, looks so cool. So much better than I expected. Wait, let's take this away first. Here's a closer look on Hisuian Samurott. And as you can see, they did a very nice paint job with this one. This is the front view. Right side. Okay, maybe there's a mispaint in this part, but that's just very minor and not noticeable. This is from the back. Yeah, this part is way more well painted. And that's the copyright markings. This is a view from the top. Oh, there's a trace of glue on its helmet. See, it's more glossy. I gotta say, this guy looks great. I really like Hisuian Samurott a lot. Not really a big fan of the originals mustache and helmet. This one has got that nice shape in the face, so it looks more menacing in the original, but mainly because of the mustache. This one's got that unique shape. Kind of looks like a dinosaur, don't you think? Foot, tail, and this is the face. Oh no, I can't unsee it now. Whenever I see from this angle, it's like dinosaur with ponytail. Yeah, well. So in terms of paint job, I think Hisuian Samurott is the best among the three starters. But in terms of sculpting, I guess the problem is the same as Hisuian Typhlosion. Let me get him. So yeah, there are some parts that should be a bit sharp, but they made it too dull. Although this is more of a nitpick than complaint actually, because to be fair, Moncolle was designed for children after all, and they can't make the parts too sharp and dangerous, so maybe this is the best that they could come up with. Okay, now let's measure this guy. I'm not quite sure how to measure Samurott from feet to the horn or just to the head, but from what I saw in the Pokemon Home size comparison, it's most likely to the horn. How do I... Huh. Okay, maybe it's about this. 4.2 centimeters. So the scale of this Hisuian Samurott figure is 1/35.7, which make this way bigger in scale than Decidueye and Typhlosion. And now for comparison, I've got this Moncolle Oshawott from the Pokemon 20th Anniversary pack, and I don't have the debut figure, but I have this another Oshawott from the clipping figure. And this is the Hisuian Starters displayed together as a group. I really like this new color palette that we see, which is a nice change of pace from the usual, green, red and blue color palette whenever we see a group of starters together, but this time we see their secondary typing that looks more dominant. So it's red for fighting, purple for ghost, and dark blue for dark type or evil type in Japanese. I'm really surprised by how not deformed they look, because usually when Moncolle make a tall or big Pokemon into a regular sized figure, they would alter some features of their body to fit the small blister, hence resulting the deformity. Although if you pay a closer attention to Decidueye, you might find that this red tie and the red shoulder pad is proportionally smaller, and also the wings, it's kind of smaller, but I don't think that's very noticeable, so overall they still look great. So anyway, that's all of my review of this trio. Let me know in the comment what you guys think of these figures, and if you're a fan of the Legends Arceus game, you should definitely hunt for these right now, because they are still quite easy to find at a retail price. So yeah, thank you for watching, and see you guys in the next one.